It is finally here. The big update has arrived inside of Lost Ark, which adds, of course, 2 brand new solo modes. So today, guys, I'm going to show you how to take on Brelshaza and Mordum in one video. So let's get started with Brelshaza. Okay, so if you've entered inside the game, you're going to be met with this screen right here. You can use whatever you want. I always like to go for the movement speed because I like being speedy. As well, just for reference, my character is 1705, and it does as well have full 6 gems. So keep that in mind for your character. Okay, so we've arrived before the raid. We got ourselves a new thing right here, which is going to be a bracer. You can interact with it, and this will give you flame magic scrolls. So these flame magic scrolls will be very useful because they're going to be able to increase your heat, which you're going to lose inside of the raid once you get hit. So we have the item right now. Rest, we don't really need much, so let's just get into the raid. So, of course, Brelshaza has 2 gates, so if you are only interested in the other gate, feel free to skip ahead. But the boss is going to start off, and he's going to be damage reduced for a little bit. We're going to have to go ahead and break him. So if he's broken, you can see right now he takes full damage, which is very nice. If you want as well, you could use a lightning card set on this boss, because it is susceptible to lightning, but it's not something that's definitely needed, especially in solo mode. So we're going to keep on hitting the boss, be on the side, and then the front, or counter him there as well. So there is going to be a lot of patterns that are a bit different in solo mode compared to normal mode, because, for example, that pattern isn't counterable in normal mode, but it's a little bit of an annoying one. So if you miss the counter, you can do this right here. Shotgun. So that he's going to try to aim it at you 1 time inside of solo mode. And then we have to dodge the floor 1 time. Jumps up. And then we're good to go. Keep on attacking until he phases. So just go behind him. We don't have to care, to be honest, about all these counters, because these are always free patterns anyway. Okay. So right now we're going to wait. We're going to press G. And then we're going to use Ctrl Z on the boss. That's then going to break him and do a lot of damage. If you, of course, picked the option that you get extra severe meter, maybe you get 2 of them. You can use both of the activatables if you want to. And otherwise, after the mech, you can use it again right here. Boom. So now we do a lot of damage. And he's now 140 bars. We're going to keep on going. Let's keep on damaging him. And now it's 120. Okay. So we're going to go run up to the top. We're going to have a good time. Of course, if you need to use a flame scroll, feel free to use a flame scroll. Gives you back 20% gauge. And then we're going to destroy the wall at the top. And then we're going to go ahead and hug the bottom. We're not going to get touched by this smoke in the middle. And then we're going to go walk in. We're going to do a stagger check right here. This probably should go very fast. And there we go. So now we can go ahead and full DPS the boss if we want to. Do not use sidereal if you have it up, because we want to use it for the final phase at X60. Use an awakening right here. You can, of course, always hyper awaken as well. Alright, there we go. Now we get another G press. And now we're just going to defeat the boss. Boom, boom. And you just want to get rid of the shield. And once it's gone, you're good. Of course, if you had a sidereal, you can use it. Use it afterwards otherwise. Again, Ctrl Z. It's going to do a lot of damage. And that should be it for Gate 1. So Gate 1's not going to be anything too interesting for solo mode. But of course, you could maybe be a little bit like, ooh, what am I supposed to do at 120, etc. But there we go. Boss should be down. Okay, we've arrived at Gate 2 Brelshaza. If you, of course, need to, be sure to replace your item by a Sacred Charm. But I don't think we really need this inside of solo modes. We're going to head in and face Brelshaza in here. Again, if you want to, you can use a lightning card set. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. There will be 3 waves of red into a G-press. Boom. And then we're going to go ahead and watch the boss come down. And we're going to start attacking her. So she's going to have a lot of counters in solo mode, guys. So just make sure to hit those if she's facing you. And then take that time to go ahead and DPS her as much as you need to. It's going to come back with a shotgun. So her first phase has different patterns from all the other ones. There's explosion into lasers. Just go behind her. So the first phase is going to be totally different. But once you've done enough damage, she's going to go to the middle. And it's going to become the stagger check. So we're going to go inside, make sure to be in. And there will be NPCs on the outside. You can see right now there's going to be one here on the left. And that's going to do the stagger. You can see we have to do 4 of them in total. They're going to be on the random spots on the map. So just go ahead and do a little bit of stagger on them. And once you've done 4 of them, the boss will be phased. Let's go ahead and do this right here. Boom, there we go. Number 3. And then we have number 4. Boom, there we go. So here we are in phase 3. I'm actually a little bit further into the fight because you can see there is a team meter top left. And this team meter, once it fills up, we should see a special mechanic. And I would say that you shouldn't have to be too scared of this thing happening because, yeah, this boss dies pretty quick. But let's see what happens once it reaches 100%. Okay, so the boss goes to the middle and it's going to queue a mechanic. So we're going to get ourselves a circle around us. Press spacebar at the right timing. So you have to line up the circle with the purple. Place the puddle on the floor. And then once it's placed, make sure to kill it. Boom. Shouldn't be too hard. So there we go. Of course, you have quite a lot of time. Make sure to kill it before. And if you want to, of course, after that, you can always use a sidereal or you can keep it for the final phase if you want to. Alright, so this is the 100% bar mech, and then of course it just resets. So let's go over, of course, the basic patterns that she has. So this is going to be a stagger into a G. So it's going to give us a lot of time to defeat the boss. So keep in mind, normally in Brelshaza, she will phase at around 145 bars. But in solo mode, it seems to be around like 180 to 200. So we will see when I reach around that phase, she will go ahead and phase and do her mechanic. So we're going to go ahead and just go over here. Boom, boom, boom. Get her down. Like I said, you can see there's nothing really much going on. I could use my Hyper Awakening as well, but I'm not going to. Because that will be a little bit too easy. So we're going to go ahead and just do this. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, you can see 185. She is phased. We're going to stand on the right side of the map. And we're going to look at the floor. Okay, so our goal right now, guys, is to go ahead and just focus on living. There's going to be 3 phases to... Okay, there we go. So we're just literally dodging the reds. And we're chilling. Go outside. And we're frozen. Okay, so now we're good to go. So you get the cutscene. You then get frozen outside. And then you do the stagger check on the boss. Very simple. So again, dodge the reds. Cutscene. Go outside, get frozen, and then go ahead and stagger the boss. Okay, but be sure that you're fast with that as well. Be sure that you're fast of getting frozen because it's a little bit weird. It's not the same compared to normal mode or hard mode or anything like that. But, you know, I would highly recommend here. So if you want to right here, you can use a Hyper Awakening here because this zone does a little bit of damage. So I'm not going to use this because I will probably kill the boss because it's 6 billion damage only. So actually, I can, you know, so you could have done during that phase, just press Hyper Awakening. Then you're totally safe. I do a lot of damage on the boss. And probably the boss is dead by now. But if you do not have Hyper Awakening, don't worry about it. You can always use Control-C Sidereal as well if you want to finish her off. But if she dodges you like that, it's totally fine as well. You get yourself this first mech right here, which is going to be, you can see those last 2 zones. Those where you not want to be. Go to the left and the right side or top or bottom, depends on where they were. And just chill there for a little bit. And you can finish her off normally, or just finish her off with a sidereal. You should, in my opinion, never, ever see the 100% bar mech in here. Like, that's always impossible. No matter what kind of damage you have, you will not see the 100% bar mech. So I'm not going to go over that, but otherwise, just focus up a little bit. But there we go. That's Brelshaza. It's a little bit weird compared to our normal version, but that's the 100% bar mech, which you probably will never see. But in case you do, that is how you complete it as well. Okay, Brelshaza is down. Let's go into Mordum Gate 1 first off. So we're going to be facing off against a Thamine. Normally, this is a pretty annoying raid, but I think in solo mode it will be fine. So the boss is gonna lock in and we're gonna have to wait a little bit. He's then gonna stab us. He's gonna turn around and do a stab, and then we're gonna G. There we go. So that's the first part of this raid. He's then gonna lock in with a white sword. Just be running away from him because he's gonna try to knock you up. Don't get knocked up and dodge the red lines. Now once you've done enough damage, he's gonna go to the center of the map. There will be red lines, guys. Dodge these. 1. And now we're going to have to look at the floor. The first one that appeared will explode last. Dodge the other lines that appear. There we go. And then we're going to stagger the boss. Boom. Very easy. Of course, if you mess it or if you get knocked up, don't worry about it in solo mode. This will be totally fine. So now what we're going to have to do is dodge the red line. And then you can see there's a stagger bar above the boss. We're going to have to take this down. So, of course, it's going to be a very good time to do DPS. And in the meanwhile, there's going to be stuff happening. There's going to be red lights. So sometimes a clone coming out. Dodge the cone or the clone. Keep on going. And you can see the ones holding up the sword is going to be the one that is not going to knock you down. And just keep on doing DPS. And there we go. Once we've done the stagger bar, there will be a circle. Go inside of it. And boom, we have done phase 1. So this is going to be like the hardest part, in my opinion, of the raid. Done right now. Okay, right now we're going to summon the dragon. Dodge the dragon. And then DPS the dragon. Alright. So we have to be ready, guys. We're going to be able to use a sidereal called Carmine, the Control C. So don't worry about it too much. We're going to go ahead and just DPS the boss. Until he phases. You can see we're already doing incredible amounts of damage. Alright, we're going to have to dodge again outside into inside. There we go. Okay, so now he's going to phase, and we have to be ready for the Control C. Of course, it could happen that it doesn't appear in this mode, but I'm just going to say that you have to are ready for this. So we're getting one stomp, into the second stomp, and counter. And then we're going to just hit the boss. Wait for the Carmen voice line. There we go, and then use it. Boom. So we use the last one, Control C. And then we'll get the hit inside aerial. You can, of course, DPS during this as well if you want to. But if you don't want to, it's fine. Move outside. Get for the circle in the middle. And then move back in. Alright, so the dragon right now is done. And we're going to fight Daemon once again. She's going to probably suck us in. Do some annoying stuff, which is totally fine. This is just kind of how Mordum Gate 1 works. There will be lines on the floor. You can DPS him during this. And then he's going to go summon a cone, be in the cone to be safe. There we go. And he's going to summon circle, wait for it. Do not go inside of the circle just yet. You can see this purple in here. Do not touch the purple. And then go in after the purple disappears. DPS the boss. And then at any point as well, if you want to, you can use Sidereal Control Z after that. He's going to be chilling in the middle. And just DPS the boss. Of course, you can use Hyper Awakening at any time. You do not have to save it for anything. So if it's up, you can go. Of course, after a little while, the boss is going to fly up again because he's phased already. And he's going to come back. Of course, if you've not killed him by this point, this is what will happen. The boss is going to go ahead and do one attack. You can see this big scythe. And then the boss is going to go away. And then he will cue a G-Press. You can use Sidereal here again as well if you want, if you have it. Or just be ready with a Hyper Awakening. Or just finish him off normally, so. There we go. And that is Gate 1. Okay, welcome to Gate 2. This used to be people's biggest bane of their nightmare, but apparently it has been nerfed in this version. So let's see how annoying he's going to be. So normally what you're going to do, you're going to go to the bottom of the map. And the reason for that is going to be that the boss should go ahead and move to you. But I guess he doesn't really like doing that in solo mode. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and defeat the boss right now. Keep on hitting him. So he normally has a lot of annoying patterns. G that. Then he's going to cue a counter. And that should give you a lot of time to DPS. Atro if you want to. Of course, it's solo mode, so most people won't Atro, but I will still say when you can do that on here. So we're just going to go ahead and DPS this boss right now. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. And look at how much time you have to hit him there. It's going to go backwards again. Alright, first mech, guys. We're going to be able to be a color, and the boss is a color. So the boss's color is gold. We are gold. So we do not have to pick up an orb. So you can see it's going to be in, out scenario, or out, in, depending on the memory pattern it shows. So it was in, out. And then we get a stagger check. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Stagger check done. Okay. So because we did the stagger check, we get ourselves the buff as well right away. And we can just keep on DPSing the boss. This will be another counter. This boss has a lot of counters, guys, and especially solo mode, they're so useful to hit. So if you're a back attacker, it's almost even worth it just to wait for one of those counter attacks, because you see like how long I have to take him down. I literally just phased him all the way to 150 bars. So right now he's going to go into phase number 2. He's going to consume Yoho. And he's going to get some extra patterns. But like I said, this boss seems pretty much a cakewalk at the moment. So I don't think we're going to see too many of them. But you can see right here how powerful those counters are. Alright, so now he has so now he gets extra patterns. Again, counter. Like, I could right now phase him. I'm just going to chill right now, guys, because I will literally phase him into phase 3, and I want to at least show a little bit of this phase. But you can see right here, like, how long he is staggered. It is absolutely crazy. So good for solo mode players, guys. So it's going to go there, and then it's going to come back. See? It's going to do another counter. Okay, like, is he just going to be permanently countering inside of solo mode? That's crazy, though. That is crazy. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and dodge this. Boom. It's going to be his knock-up pattern. Kind of annoying. He actually doesn't do the knock-up anymore. And comes back. So you can see this phase is pretty simple. Out. In. And then back and forth. So you can see that pattern he just did right there. In phase 3, this will actually change, and the safe zones will be on the sides. This will be a G press. And if you miss it, you turn into a fox. Or if you get hit by these cones, you can see now we're a fox later for 3 seconds. He's going to stand in the floor. Some of these things on the floor, be sure to dodge them. So if you get hit by these, he will try to grab you. This is something we didn't want to happen. And now he's going to come ahead and do it again. Goes backwards. All right, we're going to go ahead and phase him a bit. We've seen all the most important patterns. And he's going to queue another counter. And there we go. Let's phase him until phase 3. Should happen at around 100 bars. There we go. So he's 100 bars right now. Normally he would regen HP right now, but he doesn't do that anymore. It's been changed. Okay. Move to the center. And it will be golden circles on the floor. We don't get them, we don't get them. Okay, so we don't get them in normal modes. We don't have to do anything. Okay, just stagger the balls. Interesting. Okay, so I expected us to have to do the mech there, but it's just dodge the lines and then just stagger the balls. Okay, very easy. And now we're in the final phase, guys, which is going to be Velgana's phase. And now he's going to have even more annoying patterns. But I would recommend, if you have them, use your Hyper Awakening here. Of course, if you counter the boss there, you could have Hyper Awakened. And that would have been very nice. There's going to be him go away. G press. And if you miss it, doesn't matter. He comes again for a second time. Then another counter. Boom. So if you get the G press mech right there, you will always get a counter afterwards. And in my opinion, that should be enough if you use your sidereal. If you use your Hyper Awakening and stuff, you should have enough time right now to defeat him already. And boom. Alternate. And then G press. There you go. And even if you missed everything, if you didn't do it correctly, the dodges again. So on the floor. Dodge the tentacle, dodge the tentacle, dodge the tentacle. If you don't get hit, then you're good to go. And you can move back to DPS the boss. There's going to be Zaya. He's going to go ahead and aim a crosshair. And he's going to go backwards and pull them all in. And that's it. It's going to go away. Counter. Okay. You're dead now, boss. Okay, there we go. Of course, if you would have used double sidereal, if you would have used Hyper Awakening, this boss would have already been dead long ago. But I want to make sure that there's some materials. Sorry, not materials, some mechanics actually shown. Because this boss can be a little bit annoying, but he doesn't seem too bad in solo mode. Yo, guys, Mordum Gate 3, in my opinion, the most fun raid inside of Lost Ark. And we're gonna go ahead and take him down right now. So you can, if you want to, and you have an earth set, you can use an earth set for cards here. But because it's solo mode, it's not really needed. But if you do want to bring one, you can go ahead and swap to an earth set. You will do more damage and take less damage. But, you know, like I said, I don't think that will really be needed in here. Okay, we're gonna get started, guys. This boss is gonna be in the middle. And it's gonna be quite hard to back attack him, okay? Like, he's gonna be, like, be annoying. So if you want to back attack him, it is going to be quite hard to do that. So I would just recommend, if you're a back attacker, you can try to chase it if you have a lot of mobility. But if you do not have a lot of mobility, I would be like, just stand at the front and hit him. You will be fine. This boss doesn't take that much damage. Phase 1, he's going to summon the lightning. And we're going to go ahead and just bob and weave, dodge the lightning while dodging him. He's going to go ahead and do a laser at his eyes. So make sure to dodge it as well. So you can, if you do what I'm doing right now, you can just run in a circle if you want to. And then you'll be fine. Or you can just dodge in and out as well. So I'm going to show that right now. So if you just want to dodge in and out, which is a little bit more annoying because he actually is going to face you always. And then he's done after 3 times. And then we're going to go ahead and hit him again. Boom, boom, boom. Keep on hitting him. Keep on hitting him. Doing damage. Look at the floor. Yellow is where it's not safe. Slam again. So you can see as a back attacker, this boss can be quite annoying. But if I was front attacker or whatever, be careful. You can go ahead and just defeat him very fast. Okay, it's going to be a G press. And we're getting phase 2. So again, we're going to get some lightning. Make sure to dodge that. Look at the floor. Match your symbol color with the floor. You can see I'm blue. I'm matching it with blue. And if you want to DPS during this as well. Slam laser. He hits me. He didn't hit me, so no laser. We're gonna counter. And after that, after the counter, use Control X. And it's gonna do a lot of stagger. And of course, we can hit him ourselves as well. And there we go. We now broke him. And because we broke him right now, and we are a back attack class, we will always do back attacks no matter where I'm standing. So I can right now hit him from the side, and it will count as a back attack, which is very useful. Okay, we had skirmish. We have to look on the map. There's a golden orb. Actually, we don't get a golden orb, I guess, in this one. We just have to stagger him. Okay. In hard mode and normal mode, you get a golden orb, and you have to go, if you're skirmish, to the golden orb and let the boss hit the golden orb. Alright, we're gonna go to the green, because we should get a clash, but maybe we don't even get this in this as well. So we get a clash. Okay, press G if the hammer is about to hit you. G again. So you do not have to stand in the circle. It's just if you're standing in this quadrant, press G at any time when the hammer is about to hit you. So G, G, G. It's like a G press. And then we're just gonna go ahead and DPS the boss. Okay. He's right now gonna go ahead and break the platform right there. So you can see this platform, you can use G on here, and you will fly to the other side. Very, very nice. Later on, when he goes ahead and breaks the second platform, you have to press A mid-air to not fall into the abyss. So we're going to go ahead and just do the penance right now. I will try not to kill him. I will showcase what happens if he breaks one platform. But it seems that this boss doesn't have that much HP. Go outside, dodge the lines, and go inside the circle. And then we're good to go to DPS again. So he will always put out his hand like, and that will be the mech. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now, guys, I think you can, of course, normally, this is a blue hammer, so go red outside. So his hammer was blue. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna quickly just queue until he's gonna go break the second area. Oh, it's actually right now. Okay, so after a certain amount of time, it's not really HP based. It's gonna queue another skirmish. So there's no golden orb in this mode, so we're just gonna go ahead and stagger him. There we go. So it's now going to go ahead and queue to break this part right here. So you can see the minimap, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to break number 2 right now because he broke number 1 first. G again. And then 2 faster ones. G1, G2. And then make sure to get out because he's going to break this part of the map. And we get the half of the map right now. Of course, you can do big damage right here. Or you can do his Hyper Awakening. Boss is probably dead by now. But if you didn't kill it by now, this is what's going to happen. So now, the boss is going to have a half field. So if you're going to use the G, you have to press A mid-air. You see? I'm literally spamming A. So if you're using it, you spam the A key on your keyboard. It's going to always start off with a counter. And of course, we can DPS him hard. So I'm going to right now just go ahead and put him pretty low. So we get every single mechanic that happens in here. Alright, so we're going to get ourselves dodge the floor. So he's going to go ahead and summon blue and red. So you just go ahead and DPS the boss while dodging the floor. Normally if you're blue, you actually start on the right side. But you can see that even if you start on the left side, you're totally fine. Double slam. Slam again. Because this is the hardest part, because you can actually fall off. I'm actually going to try to see if I can simulate me falling off. This is a G-press. He grabbed me. Now we have to do a typing test, because normally in here your teammates would stagger you to get you out, but now in solo mode it doesn't. Because we have the boulder, we actually cannot fall off with push immunity. Alright, so phase 3, guys. We got another skirmish. We go to the number 3. We stagger the boss. Okay. So you can see right now it's number 3 with the blue dots. Again, like I said, I'm pretty sure you guys will not see this, but I want to make sure that you guys see all the mechs. 1, 2, and we get a big 1. 3. Okay, then move out again. You have a lot of DPS time. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's no way that you guys don't kill this by now, but if by some miracle you're doing super low damage, totally fine. Everyone has to learn somehow. And now we have the same thing. So if we use this purple thing again, we have to use A mid-air 3 times. So we're going to just spam A mid-air. You can see right there. If you want to use this, you can to dodge stuff. Careful for the big slam. I would always recommend moving out for this one. Alright, there we go. He queues the final skirmish. So we're going to go ahead and right now stagger him once again. Oh no, we actually have to use it here. G. G. And G. There we go. So it's 3 once again. Normally you would have used Balthor here after if you filled it or whatever, but it's fine. Like I said, I don't think anyone will really see this phase. Like, this boss doesn't have that much HP. And there we go. He is now dead. Alright, beautiful. There we go. That is going to be Gate 3 Mordum in solo mode. And as well, of course, Brelshaza. So if you guys did enjoy this video, I would highly appreciate a like down below, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you guys again soon for another video. Take care.